Hi everybody, welcome back. In this video, we're going to continue with our practice on contractions. This is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, make sure you do. Now, first of all, what are contracted forms? Remember, they are a combination of two words into one, very often using an apostrophe. We're going to get started straight away. We're going to have a look at a range of contracted forms, some that are a little bit less common. So get ready and repeat after me. First of all, question words plus verb. Who, whose, who, who, who'd. And the d here could stand for would or had. Who've. What, what's, watter, wattle, watted, whatev. When, whens, whenner, whennel, wend, whenv. Let's practice those in sentences. Where have you been? Where have you been? Where's the restroom? Where's the restroom? What had gone wrong? What had gone wrong? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? When are you free? When are you free? When they've started. When they've started. And 3 more question words. Where, why, and how. Let's start with where. Where's, where, where'll, where'd, wherev. Why, wise, wire, while, wide, wive. And how. House, hour, howl, howd, howve. And again, let's practice those in short sentences. Who's here? Who's here? Who'll come tonight? Who'll come tonight? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why have you not said anything? Why have you not said anything? How's it going? How's it going? How are you? How are you? And contracted forms with that and there plus a verb. That first. That's. And here the S could stand for is or has. That'll. That'll. And that'd. That'd. The d here could be would or had. There next. There's. There's. There'll. There'll. There'd. There'd. And again, let's practice those two. That's crazy. That's crazy. That'll be all. That'll be all. That had happened before. That had happened before. This is a bit tricky here. That had happened before. There's a lot left over. There's a lot left over. There'll be another chance. There'll be another chance. There'd been an accident. There'd been an accident. So in the third line and also in the last line where we have apostrophe D, this both times stands for had, our auxiliary, helping us to form the past perfect tense. And let's have a look at some past modal forms. That means a modal verb plus have. Very often we find those in third conditional sentences. Could've, would've, should've, might've, must've. They are a little bit difficult, so I'm going to repeat them once more. Could've, would've, should've, might've, must've. And here are some practice sentences. You could have told me. You could have told me. We would have come to the party. We would have come to the party. I should have checked myself. I should have checked myself. They might have already left. They might have already left. I must have lost my keys. I must have lost my keys. In all of those sentences, the apostrophe VE, it sounds almost a little bit like the preposition of. Very short. And last but not least, some informal contractions. First of all, with the word of. Sort of becomes sorta. Kind of becomes kinda. Out of becomes outer. A lot of becomes a lotta. Now those contracted forms are usually just present when we speak, not necessarily when we write. Let's have a look at the second column, contracted forms with to. Got to, gotta. Gotta. Want to, wanna. Wanna. Going to, gonna. Gonna. Have to, have to. Have to. Has to, has to. Has to. Used to, used to. Used to. And supposed to, supposed to. Supposed to. But as I said before, those are not really spelled this way. You would always usually find the full form in a written text, but you will hear those contracted forms with to very, very often. Now, quite often we also contract verbs that end in ing, and they could act as subjects of a sentence. Those are often contracted by leaving out the final G and just adding apostrophe. Like moving becomes movin', dancin', cookin'. So here we actually have an N sound as in November. Those actually are a little bit more common in writing. So I've added this here for you, more in written English. And then we have some other informal contractions that I'm sure you've heard before. Don't know, don't know, don't know. Let me, lemme, lemme. Give me, gimme, gimme. Because, cause, cause. M stands for them. Isn't it becomes in it, in it. Madam, ma'am, ma'am. And you might have also seen ain't, This is a really common one, especially in songs or poetry. And here it could really be a whole range of auxiliary verbs. Could stand for am, are, is, have, has, plus not. I know this is the multifunctional contracted form of English, ain't. But all of those are very informal, and this is something important to remember, especially the ones from the last row. And in it, for example, is often, it does have the connotation of being not just informal, but maybe a little bit slang-like or not very good English. So just be a little bit careful with using some of those. They will definitely be seen as very chatty, conversational, informal English. Don't use them in your writing, apart from maybe the ones with ing if you write a slogan or an adverb. But other than that, just use them when you speak. Here are a couple of sentences to practice. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I've got to go. I've got to go. Do you want to come? Do you want to come? Let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you. Please give me some more. Please give me some more. It's really good, isn't it? It's really good, isn't it? And last but not least, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Now, some of you might remember this from a very famous song. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And this is the end of our video. If you have any questions or you're in the mood to listen to this song, drop me a comment below and I'll be happy to help.